attention to do an organizational assessment for assignment 1 to evaluate cultural competence at my agency. To highlight the reason for doing an organizational assessment at my agency, I would like to emphasize my commitment to promoting social equality and social justice as the primary purpose of doing this work. I hold the belief that institutional racism is harmful to all concerned, and an organizational assessment will evaluate where white privilege is guiding policies and help to manage diversity and address racism. Managing diversity and addressing racism are important in my efforts to help create a positive and culturally responsive environment. Furthermore, doing this work is important because a climate of racism can have a negative impact on my work environment and affect physical and mental health. Consequently, racism can be costly because it creates mistrust and increases absenteeism and also causes high turnover rates within organizations. Managing diversity and addressing racism is important in my effort for the organization's efforts to generate revenue from grants and donations. My sister's place, where I'm doing my field placement this year, they get a lot of their funding from grant money and from funders that want to provide money to organizations that use culturally competence and practices and exercise racial diversity. They work through, for example, they get a lot of their grant money from, let's say, for example, the Confederated Tribe of Siletz and Oregon Community Foundation. And both of those look at cultural competence for funding grants. Furthermore, an organizational assessment is essential to evaluate cultural competence in policies and practices, and it also highlights strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. If an agency is aware of their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, it can make necessary changes to improve the delivery of services and create more equity for staff who work for the organization. Additionally, addressing racism and cultural competence in the workplace are the right thing to do and helps the agency live the values of their mission statement and by promoting equity, diversity, inclusion of all individuals served by the agency. Lastly, an organizational assessment is also helpful. Also helps me to learn more about my field placement and provide a useful tool for the organization to manage diversity, equity, and cultural competence, as well as address racism to improve their delivery of services over time. Thank you much. Thank you. Bye.